And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon where you are. I'm Hewie Poplock. What's going on with confusing captchas? Let's get started with Nano Banana. What's new in Gmail and AI? The latest in tech news. The Tech for Senior Entertainment Corner. Stay tuned for today's Tech for Seniors. As I said, I'm Hewie Poplock. This is January 12th, 2026. And Ron, it is episode 301, and we have begun our seventh season. I'm your host today. Ron's here, but he's going to be my co-host. We do this either the first show of every month or sometime during the month just to make sure I've got my hands wet and know how to do this in case Ron can't be here or to give him a little time for himself. This is a 1 hour show about technology with a Q&A at the end. In the format of our former Thursday show, we're now doing tech news as part of this show. And then today I'm going to talk about the end of Captchas and also some Nano Banana hints and what it is. Ron's going to talk about the new Gmail and AI. That's just some big changes coming. And then Mike will be here with the entertainment. Uh, we have some of our people here today. Ron, what's doing with you today?
Not much. Having a nice, relaxing weekend. Listen, I did want to give an update on our finances. Do you want on our fundraising? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
let's go through the rest and then we'll go to you and then we'll
Okay.
start.
Okay.
Okay. Glad you're here. Mike Leaman, what's going on in your world?
Here, pay attention. Oh, all is good on the East Coast. We had a little bit of a snowstorm over the weekend, but it turned out to be not too bad. Nice and sunny here today, and going to be some mild weather this week. So, all is good.
Okay, Murray is here. Murray's our genealogy specialist. And what's doing with you, Murray? Murray's quiet. All right, let's move on to Bill James then. Bill, uh, how are things in Oklahoma City?
Just fine. It's 52 degrees here today. Supposed to get up to the 60s, so we're going to have some warm weather for a while. And I just sent Carl a message in chat.
Okay. This is our seventh season. We've updated our website. Ron's going to give us an update on a couple of things, but before we do, the Sarasota Technology User Group met on January 7th, and the video for that, if it's not up, it will be. And then the Windows SIG was yesterday, and the video, I'm working on it, and it should be up probably today or tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletters, the Tech for Senior and the Tech for Senior newsletter, the WinSig newsletter, and the Let's Talk AI newsletter. Just a reminder that our newsletter is sponsored by the Glendora Seniors Computer Club, Geeks on Tour, and APCUG. The premiere video today will be, I don't have that here. Ron will be able to fill us in with that, I hope. And Ron, I'll turn it over for you till we get started here.
That's great. Thank you. Oh, just a comment about my wife and I had watched a delightful movie Saturday evening that Mike Leaman recommended. It was called Five Flights Up with, of course, Morgan Freeman and Diane Keaton. If you are a senior, you should watch that movie. Mike, well done. My wife thinks you're wonderful. So far, you're batting pretty good on these movies, but it is an absolute wonderful seniors movie. So it's called Five Flights Up, and I would encourage you to watch it. It's on Prime, and the movie was free, so it's a lot of fun. It's a good movie. All right, I wanted to update everybody on our fundraising. I know you're all anxious to find out how we're doing, so let me just share this. I want to do a little video. Good morning, it's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. I'm here today to talk about our funding. As you know, January is our funding month for Tech for Senior. We don't do any other funding for the year. And usually we get all our donations in the 1 month, which means we can move on to doing other things throughout the year, not worrying about finances. The money that we raise is exclusively used for licensing fees for software we use for programs that we run. Of course, all the volunteers work very hard at getting all the videos for you, and they do this all on their own time with their own equipment. This, of course, is season 7, and season 1 to 6, you came through as you always did in January, and we had a great year. This year is going to be the same. Hewie and I are so surprised. Well, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. We knew you would come through, but we've got 60% of our goal already reached in the first week. So it's just unbelievable, and we're so pleased. I want to thank the following people who have donated, and I'm just going to read their names. If I don't pronounce your name correctly, I'm just not very good with names. Dennis Schmal, Cliff Root. Now we have Englishman, we'll talk about that in a minute, and Titus Bill Jordan, Mike Saunders, James Mardis, Christopher Nance, Bill James, Reverend Mike Dickman, Carl Kalenda, Terry Harvey, Jonathan in OKC, and Mike Ungerman. Greg Farrell, Carlene Berger, Victor Alera, Graham, Edie Taylor Richards, and Byron Nate. Please remember that these are all donations that came in before last Friday. If you've given recently, then I'll be updating the new list for next week as the money has come in after I recorded this. So I want to thank all those, give everybody a big round of applause for those people who have donated and made this year possible. If you haven't donated, this would be a good time to do that. The link, of course, is in all our newsletters. It's in all our videos. And of course, I'll be putting the link in the chat as well. We use a software called Ko-fi, K-O-F-I, which we've used for 7 years. You just enter your donation in there and it automatically appears in our bank account. So it works very well. If I've missed you and haven't mentioned your name, the problem is when you fill in the donation slip, if you don't put your name in, all as I know is the email address. I don't know the name. So that may be the case if I didn't mention your name, but I do personally respond to every single one of you who have donated. You'll get an email back from my personal email address thanking you for that. So we do appreciate your generosity and look forward to a wonderful season 7. Now, I know Hewie's anxious to get on with this show, so take it away, Hewie. Thanks so much, everyone. And the sooner we get to our goal, you won't hear from me anymore about fundraising. It will only be on technology videos. All right, bye now. Take it away, Hewie.
And you take it away with our news, tech news of the week.
Okay, I'll do that. All right, good one. Let me get that organized here.
Welcome to Tech for Senior and our weekly news update. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump right into the latest in technology.
Good morning, everyone. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. This is Tech News of the Week. It is being recorded on the 10th of January for our show on Monday, which would be January the 12th. This is a review of the Tech News of the Week, and with me today, we have, of course, Hewie Poplock from Bradenton, Florida, and we have Mike Leaman from Moncton, New Brunswick. Now, just to remind everybody, as we go through the news, if you want to follow along with us, all these articles are on our Facebook page. We do a summary of the article, so you might want to go back and look at it in depth, and it's found on our Facebook page, and the link is below. All right, Hewie. Oh, I guess Mike Leaman's got the first article today. Go for it, Mike.
You may think that AI doesn't cost you, if you're using that free Gemini client or the free ChatGPT, guess what? AI memory is running out of memory. So what's happening is it's causing an unprecedented surge in the price of memory. So whether you're buying a new phone, a new tablet, a new PC, or whatever, you're paying for AI because it's driving the price of memory up.
Okay, this is me. Wegmans which is a big grocery chain in the Northeast, mostly in the Northeast. They launched a facial recognition in the New York City stores amid privacy debates. The rollout has sparked significant privacy concerns among shoppers and local lawmakers, leading to calls for stricter regulations on how biometric data is stored and how it's used. The Clicks co-founder explains who its tiny communicator phone is for. And if you look at it, it looks just like the old Blackberries. And the co-founder has unveiled the Communicator, a tiny keyboard-centric smartphone designed specifically for digital detoxers and professionals who need a secondary device. The phone features a unique 4-inch squarish screen and a tactile physical keyboard, targeting users who want a distraction-free mobile experience. Well, that's what they
Oh, I
like.
bet you those old BlackBerry people, they'll be buying those up like crazy, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. Seamless reading. Yes, exclusive. We're going to talk a little bit about foldable phones. What's Apple doing with foldable phones? Well, it looks like September of this year, they'll be bringing out a foldable phone for sure. And they'll be, of course, competing with Samsung and a lot of different foldable phones. But anyway, coming in September.
Ron?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about AR glasses. Has everyone heard of TCL TVs, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I talk a lot about TCL TVs. Well, guess what? The new Ray-Ban Air 4 AR glasses are going to be released by TCL. So again, more players in the AR glasses market. And also we have today on the show Murray Strome, who's coming in from Victoria, BC. Welcome, Murray.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. Hewie, is this the next one?
Yep.
Your Pixel may be, oh yeah, this is your Pixel may be buggy with the latest Google Play system update. This is, I actually don't have this yet on my Pixel 8, but just if you have a Pixel 9 or 10, the Google Play system is buggy. There's a problem with that, and Google's working on a fix. Just thought I'd let you know.
And this is also you, Ron?
This is really cool. This is the new Motorola foldable phone, which we talked about we've talked about that for a while now. Foldable phones actually are extremely popular. And this is very interesting. The price of this is going to come in probably around $1,000 US, which is about half of the Samsung and Google phones. So this is Motorola makes great phones, and this is the foldable Motorola phone. It should be available shortly, and the pricing will likely be pretty darn good. For those of you who are interested in foldable phones, you might consider this as an option. Now, this was interesting. This is, if you come down a bit here at CS, this is a company called ZEPHYROS. Duo is finally a proper dual screen gaming laptop. So if you look at the picture, if you go back up, Hewie, you're going to see that, of course, it has two screens. It folds out two screens, two 16-inch screens. Now, many of you will say, well, this is a bit weird. Now, this is not the first time that this type of computer is being released. In fact, don't you remember the IBM that has the pull-out screen? Remember the one that you actually can pull up and get two screens off it? I thought this was cool. But anyway, most of us have two screens on our PCs, right? We all have two screens. Well, this solves it for a laptop because it has your two screens there. I think it's a cool idea. Anyway, we'll see how successful it's going to be, but this was announced at CES.
Okay, Gmail debuts a personalized AI inbox, AI overviews in search and more. It's personalized, and it's featuring personalized AI inbox that automatically triage emails based on user habits and priority. The update also integrates AI overviews directly into search results, allowing users to summarize entire threads without opening individual messages. I don't have it yet. It's being rolled out slowly, and I check my Gmail this morning. I still don't have it.
So I've just done a video about this. This is a big announcement that just occurred about 3 days ago. And I have some promo stuff from Google that I had a look at it. This is a big change in inbox, and it's being rolled out to US and India first. So keep watching, Hewie. But I have a video about how this is all going to work, and it's a big change. We'll see what people think about it.
And OpenAI unveils ChatGPT Health. Says 230 million users ask about health each week. So you're going to be able to ask questions about health directly to a health expert GPT. And the update includes specialized medical models and integrations with wearable data to provide users with more personalized wellness insights.
So for those of you who read our newsletter that's coming out this morning, my article is about using ChatGPT to prepare for your doctor's appointment. This is a big deal. So you should have more information on that. Thanks, Hewie. Good article. And Hewie, this is going to be your Christmas present next year. This is a lollipop that plays music, and it's announced at CES. This is disposable. As you are eating the lollipop, the music will play through your teeth, and you can just suck that lollipop, and then when you're finished, you just throw it out. It's a disposable. And what do you think of that, Mike Leaman?
I'm not quite sure about that one.
I think it's $8.95. It's not expensive, but you can. I don't think you get to choose what music you listen to as you're sucking on your lollipop. But lots of issues with Grok, but lately there's been an image problem, and I think Britain is turning off Grok or something like that. Anyway, long and the short is Grok is now not allowing unless you have a paid version to Grok, you cannot generate images. Microsoft launches Copilot checkout in the US, betting on merchant consent as Amazon faces backlash. So you actually are going to be able to, this is a test run on I guess it would be like an agentic browser. It's going to allow you to actually have Copilot buy something for you. So it will have all your financial data in there, and it will buy at these merchants. It will buy products for you. So Michael Dell gave this as a keynote address for the CES, and he was talking about the lack of interest in Copilot PCs and what we talked about last year, and the hardware that you could buy the Copilot Plus PC, and really it didn't take off. It didn't actually increase the speed of using AI, and it just didn't take hold. And they're rethinking that, and it's a very interesting article about what he believes that will happen in the future with hardware.
The end of Captcha is happening quietly online. A comprehensive look at how online security verification is evolving from frustrating puzzles to seamless authentication. I'm Hewie Poplock. Today we're exploring the evolution of one of the most common and often frustrating parts of our digital lives, Captcha. We've all seen them, but the technology behind them is changing rapidly. We're going to look at why those old puzzles are disappearing and what the new invisible future looks like. The old Captcha, squiggly letters, and traffic light boxes, the new experience, rotating puzzles and motion challenges, why it has changed. AI got too good at solving old puzzles. Current problems are accessibility and privacy concerns. The future, passkeys and invisible authentication. Our journey today takes us through 5 key stages. We'll start with the history you know, move into the new challenges you're likely have seen in Windows 11, explain AI arm race that caused this shift, And finally, a look at how technology like passkeys might make these puzzles obsolete very soon. Old CAPTCHA was simple. It asked you to type squiggly letters, click boxes containing traffic lights, or pick out bicycles. These worked because humans could see patterns that early computers couldn't. For over a decade, CAPTCHA relied on a simple premise: humans are better at vision than computers. We were the gold standard for recognizing a blurry bicycle or a distorted G. But as artificial intelligence has advanced, this gap has closed. Today you see something different. Rotating images turn until upright. Puzzle pieces drag into place. Motion challenges, moving objects, and pattern sequencing. If you've set up a new computer lately, you've seen these mini games. Instead of just reading text, you're now rotating chickens or dragging puzzle pieces. This shift isn't just for fun. It's designed to test things that AI still struggles with, like spatial orientation and physical motion. The new CAPTCHA. AI can now read distorted letters and recognize images in less than 1 second. Microsoft and others switched to perception and motion because they're harder for AI to mimic. The old system is broken because bots are now faster than us. Some programs can solve text CAPTCHAs with 99% accuracy in a fraction of a second. To stay ahead, security experts have had to move the goalposts toward behavioral tests. AI can now read distorted letters and recognize images in less than 1 second. Microsoft and others switched to perception and motion because they're harder for AI to mimic. The old system is broken because bots are now faster than us. Some programs can solve text CAPTCHAs with 99% accuracy in a fraction of a second. To stay ahead, security experts have had to move the goalpost toward behavioral texts. The puzzle is only part of the test. The system analyzes mouse movements, natural curves versus straight lines, timing patterns, human hesitations, tiny corrections, small adjustments, device fingerprints, unique characteristics of your hardware. This is the most important slide. The puzzle is a distraction. While you're rotating that image, the system is watching how you move your mouse. It's looking for the wiggle of a human hand rather than the perfect mechanical straight line of a bot. It also checks your device fingerprint to see if your browser and hardware look like the normal users. While you're rotating that image, the system is watching how you move your mouse. It's looking for the wiggle of a human hand rather than the perfect mechanical straight line of a bot. It also checks your device fingerprint to see if your browser and hardware look like a normal user. The problems with CAPTCHA. On-screen test. Accessibility. Hard for those with vision issues or motor control difficulties. Privacy. Invisible CAPTCHA track IP, location, and behavior patterns. User frustration. I can't see what it wants. While effective, these systems have costs. They can be nightmare for users with disabilities. Imagine trying to rotate a tiny icon if you have hand tremors. Furthermore, the amount of background data collected, like your IP and behavior, raises valid privacy concerns. The future. CAPTCHA is disappearing. Here's the exciting part. CAPTCHA is actually slowly disappearing. We're moving to something new, something better. The goal is to make life easier for humans and harder for the bots. No password, no puzzle. Your computer proves it's you through biometric authentication, face recognition, fingerprint scanning, or phone approval. The good news is that we're moving toward a world where you never have to solve a puzzle again. Passkeys use the security already built into your phone or laptop. If your face or thumbprint unlocks a device, the website trusts that it's you. No rotating chickens is required. The computer knows it's you by your unique typing rhythm, speed and patterns, and mouse behavior. Another emerging field is behavioral biometrics. Everyone has a unique way of typing, a specific rhythm between certain keys. Computers can now use this to verify your identity silently throughout your entire session. Alternative sign-ons. Sign in with Google, Apple, or Microsoft. Invisible Captchas. You never see anything. The system just knows you're human based on background analysis of your behavior, device, and interaction patterns. This is already common on many websites you visit daily. The authentication happens silently in the background without interrupting your experience. Verifying automatically. Comparing the authentication methods. The evolution of online security. Here we see the timeline of Captchas. Old, text-based, now easily defeated by AI. New, behavioral puzzles that analyze your movement. Future, no puzzles, just seamless, invisible authentication. In summary, we move from a simple text to complex puzzles, but the final destination is a frictionless experience. The goal of security experts is to make the process invisible for humans while remaining a brick wall for bots. Next time you hit a difficult CAPTCHA, just remember it's a sign of how fast AI is growing, but hopefully soon it will be a thing of the past. I'm Hewie Poplock. Master image creation and editing using Nano Banana AI. Unlock the power of AI-driven image creation and editing with this comprehensive guide to mastering Nano Banana's intuitive platform. I'm Hewie Poplock. Introduction to Nano Banana. Nano Banana represents a breakthrough in AI-powered image editing built on cutting-edge Gemini technology. This revolutionary platform transforms how we modify images by replacing complex tools with simple, natural language commands. Whether you're a complete beginner taking your first steps into digital creation or a seasoned professional seeking efficiency, Nano Banana delivers fast, intuitive results that adapt to your skill level. The platform democratizes image editing by removing technical barriers. No need to master layers, masks, or complicated selection tools. Simply describe what you want and watch as AI brings you your vision to life. Chapter 1. Getting started with Nano Banana. Begin your creative journey by understanding the fundamentals of accessing and navigating the Nano Banana platform. This chapter covers everything you need to launch your first project with confidence. Accessing Nano Banana. Visit the platform. Navigate to Pixlr, Nano Banana, or Nano Banana AI Editor through your web browser. Create your account. Sign up for a new account or log in with existing credentials to unlock the full suite of features and capabilities. Verify compatibility. Ensure your browser supports JPEG, PNG, and WebP images and their formats for optimal upload and editing performance. Uploading your image. Multiple upload methods. ℸ𝕝𝕐𝕃 offers flexible upload options designed for convenience. Simply drag and drop your image directly into the interface or use the traditional Browse button to select files from your device. The platform supports simultaneous uploads of up to 5 images, which is particularly valuable for providing contextual references that help the AI understand your creative intent more accurately. Work with industry standard formats including JPEG, PNG, and WebP. The system intelligently handles various aspect ratios and resolutions, ensuring your images maintain quality throughout the editing process. Chapter 2. Creating images from text. Discover the revolutionary power of text-to-image generation, where your words become stunning visual creations through advanced AI interpretation and rendering. Text-to-image generation. Transform your imagination into reality by simply describing what you envision. ℸ𝕝𝕝's text-to-image engine interprets natural language prompts with remarkable sophistication, generating detailed, high-quality images that match your specifications. Describe your vision, write in plain English, something like a sunset over the mountains with vibrant colors. AI interprets. Gemini analyzes and understands your creative intent. Image generated. Detailed visual creation appears instantly. There's a standard mode, which is quick generation for rapid iterations, perfect for concept exploration, and ideal for social media content. ℸ𝕝𝕝 Pro mode, higher resolution of 1K, 2K, or 4K options, expanded aspect ratio choices, and professional grade output quality. Style transfer made easy. Style transfer unlocks creative possibilities by allowing you to apply the aesthetic qualities, textures, and visual characteristics from reference photographs directly to your generated or uploaded images. Apply reference styles, artistic transformations, and period aesthetics. Okay, so where should we start is the screen you'd get, and I typed in 2 senior gentlemen talking about the technology with a sign in the, supposed to be back, saying Tech for Seniors, and I didn't complete the quotation. However, it didn't matter. It figured out what I wanted, and you can see the image that I got, including the sign in the back that's readable. It's not gibberish. Then I told it, take that same format and make it cartoonish, and it gave me the upper left. Then I said, change the period of the image to the Revolutionary War. Well, I didn't change everything, but it changed. You got the socks like they did in the Revolutionary War and in the eyepiece. But other than that, it pretty much, and then it says inventions for elders instead of tech for seniors in the background. Then I said, change the time period to caveman days. Well, it made it, obviously, it wouldn't be a photograph. So it made a cartoonish type drawing, but you can see that it definitely would be technology in the days of cavemen, and it says new tools in the background. And then I said, create an image of a retro movie poster. Notice all the spelling's correct, the images are correct, and all I used for the prompt was what you see there. Chapter 3, Editing Images with AI. Experience the future image editing where natural language commands replace complex toolbars, making sophisticated modifications accessible through simple conversation with AI. Natural language editing. The most transformative feature of ℸ𝕝𝕝 is its ability to understand and execute editing commands expressed in everyday language. This eliminates the steep learning curve traditionally associated with professional image editing software. How it works? Simply type what you want to change. The AI processes your request, identifies the relative image regions, and applies the modifications with precision that rivals manual editing, but in a fraction of the time. No need to learn complex selection tools, layer masks, or adjustment panels. Your words become the interface between intention and execution. You can add a warm sunset background, remove the person on the left, make the lighting more dramatic, change the pose to standing. All of those items can do just by changing the wording will change the image. You can doodle your edits. ℎ𝕝𝕝 Pro. For users who prefer visual control, ℎ𝕝𝕝 Pro introduces doodle-based editing, an intuitive interface where you literally draw your intentions onto the canvas, and then you can draw the image, and then AI applies changes. And then you can add text prompts. Chapter 4, Advanced Features and Tips. Elevate your ℎ𝕝𝕝 expertise with advanced techniques that unlock professional grade capabilities and streamline complex creative workflows. Maintaining character consistency. One of ℎ𝕝𝕝's most powerful features for creators is its ability to maintain character consistency across multiple images, essential for branding campaigns, storytelling projects, and product showcases. Brand mascots. Keep your brand character recognizable across all marketing materials, social media posts, and promotional content. Visual storytelling. Create a cohesive narrative sequences where protagonists remain visually consistent throughout the story. Product showcases display product with constant styling, lighting, and context across multiple lifestyle and catalog shots. Smart resizing and aspect ratios. Social media success depends upon properly formatted visuals, but traditional cropping often sacrifices important image elements. ℎ𝕝𝕝's intelligent resizing solves this challenge with AI-powered content-aware adjustments. You've got 1:1, which is square, 16:9 landscape, 9:16, which is portrait, 4:5 vertical, and then some custom ratios as well. Enhancing quality of your image. Even the best AI-generated images can benefit from quality enhancement. ℎ𝕝𝕝 provides sophisticated upscaling and refinement tools that transform good images into exceptional ones. Original generation. Start with your AI-generated or edited image at standard resolution. HD upscale. Increase the resolution and detail without introducing artifacts or blur. Face enhancement. Apply specialized algorithms to sharpen and refine facial features in portraits. Studio quality. Achieve professional grade results ready for print or high resolution display. And there's HD upscale benefits and face enhancement features as well. Chapter 5, Workflow and Exporting. Master the complete creative cycle from initial generation through iterative refinement to final export, ensuring every project reaches its final potential. Preview and iteration. Professional creative work requires iteration, the ability to refine, adjust, and perfect your vision through multiple attempts. ℎ𝕝𝕝's real-time preview and versioning system makes this process seamless and efficient. You can generate, then you review, then compare, and then refine. Then you download your creations. Once you've perfected your image, ℎ𝕝𝕝 provides flexible export options optimized for various use cases from web publishing to print production to social media distribution. And you can get it either in a PNG format, a JPEG format, and then there's a pre-download checklist. Select your preferred file format based on intended use, choose the resolution, confirm the aspect ratio, apply the final quality enhancements, and preview one last time before downloading. You can do it for social media, marketing materials, or personal projects. There are limitations and best practices. Be specific and descriptive. Expect multiple iterations. Leverage multiple references. Start simple, add complexity. There's some common challenges of text rendering within images can be inconsistent. Very specific facial features can be difficult to replicate. Extreme lighting or perspective changes require patience, and fine detail in busy backgrounds may need manual refinement. Optimization strategies use descriptive language with specific adjectives, reference well-known artistic styles or photographers, break complex edits into sequential, smaller steps, and save successful prompts for reuse in future products and projects. Conclusion, unlock your creativity with ℎ𝕝𝕝. ℎ𝕝𝕝 represents the fundamental shift in how we approach image creation and editing by harnessing cutting-edge AI technology. It removes traditional barriers that once made professional quality visual content accessible only to trained designers. No technical skill required, fast and flexible, and professional results. The future of visual storytelling is here, and it speaks your language. Start creating today and discover how AI can amplify your creative potential beyond what you thought possible. I'm Hewie Poplock. Play with it if you haven't. It is a lot of fun, and it's amazing what you can do with it. Ron is next, and he's going to talk about something new from Gmail. Go ahead, Ron.
Thanks, Hewie. Today we're going to talk about the new AI that's coming in Gmail, which will be a huge change to your Gmail. Well, 3 billion people use Gmail, so it's going to be a big change for you. And I have a video out about it. Now, this is now starting to roll out in the United States and India. I don't have it. When I made the video, nobody had it. So you'll see how the video works out. I have a second clip that Google just released in the last 48 hours, which actually demos it. And I'm going to play that after my video. It's a little 2-minute clip, but unfortunately we can't broadcast that out because it's copyrighted by Google. So we'll play it after we stop the live stream. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the new change now, that if you use Gmail, you should be very interested in this. I think it's going to work out quite well, actually. But let's just see what I have to say about it. Oh, and by the way, this is free. It will be available for anyone that uses Gmail.
All right, let's talk about something we all have a love-hate relationship with. Mostly hate. Email. Today we're going to dig into this really interesting idea. What if Google's new AI features for Gmail aren't just about tidying up your inbox, but are actually the beginning of the end for email as we know it?
So let me just start by asking you a very simple, very honest question. Do you actually like using email?
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's kind of a rhetorical, right? Because we all know the universal truth, especially after a long weekend away from the computer. Absolutely no one likes email. It feels like a chore, a burden. It's just a huge problem.
And just how huge are we talking? Well, there are over 3 billion Gmail users out there. That is a staggering number of people who share this exact same daily headache. You know, when your company's most popular product is also one of its most hated, that's a real problem.
This is what some are calling the universal email problem. You know that feeling, right? You open your laptop on a Monday morning and your inbox just slams into you like a fist to the face. It's just this overwhelming mess of clutter. And it's a problem Google is finally trying to solve with its most powerful tool.
Let's just quickly break down why it's such a big deal. First,
We spend literal days, I mean full 24-hour days every single year just wrestling with our inboxes. Second, it's just packed with noise that completely drowns out the stuff that actually matters. And for Google, this creates what's known as a negative halo effect. Basically, if you hate using their product every day, some of that frustration starts to rub off on how you feel about the company itself. So, what's the big plan? Well, Google is unleashing its powerful Gemini AI on the problem. And they're not just making small adjustments here. They're rolling out a totally new concept they call the AI inbox. So what is this AI inbox thing exactly? Well, the best way to think about it, based on how Google themselves are describing it, is like having your own personalized daily briefing. It's designed to automatically sift through all the junk and just tell you what you actually need to pay attention to. And this slide really nails the difference. Your old inbox, it's just a messy, chronological fire hose of information that you have to sort through. The new AI inbox, on the other hand, flips that entire script. It prioritizes for you, it creates your to-do list, and it brings the important stuff directly to your attention. Now, before you start to panic, Google isn't just deleting your good old-fashioned inbox. This new AI view is going to show up as a separate section right on top of the old one, so you can always dive back into the chaos if you really want to. But okay, this is where the idea gets so much bigger. The AI inbox isn't just a smarter way to filter your mail. This is what some are calling step 1 in a grand plan to fundamentally change what email is even for. And this quote right here is the heart of it. For decades, your inbox has basically been a to-do list that other people get to write for you. The big vision here is to transform it into an actual to-do list that your own personal AI creates and manages for you. This lays out the evolution perfectly, doesn't it? We went from a simple, messy list of messages to this disorganized task list that we have to manage ourselves, all leading to a future where an AI assistant just tells us, hey, here are the things that actually need to get done. But it doesn't even stop there. I mean, once the AI is creating your to-do list, what's the next logical step? Well, it's for the AI to start doing the tasks on that list, pushing us into an even more automated future. And that next step is something called AI agents. Just think of these as bots that won't just tell you what to do, they'll start doing it for you, responding to routine messages, scheduling your meetings, handling all that back and forth. Which leads us to this kind of sci-fi, but also increasingly plausible future. Instead of you emailing me, your AI agent will just email my AI agent, and they'll figure it out between themselves. We humans only get looped in when it's absolutely necessary. So, does this mean email is just gone? Probably not. The thinking is that it'll become what's been called the cockroach of the internet. You know, the unkillable, super resilient thing that's always there as a fallback when all the newer, fancier systems fail. So, actually going into your inbox and dealing with it directly will become a really rare thing. It'll be kind of like a pilot disengaging the autopilot to fly the plane by hand. Something you only do in very specific, unusual situations, because the automated system handles it perfectly 99% of the time. And now we get to the final and maybe the most fascinating twist in this whole story. What if destroying email's role as a daily chore could actually have a really positive and very human side effect? Well, there are two ways you can look at this future. There's the dystopian view, right? Where we're just taking real human expression and boiling it down into sterile AI-generated bullet points. But then there's the utopian view. And this one suggests that as AI takes over all the robotic, boring communication, the value of something that is authentically human-made, well, that value is going to skyrocket. I mean, think about it. If almost all communication is automated, getting a thoughtful handwritten note or a beautifully crafted letter, suddenly that becomes incredibly special. It might even trigger a comeback, a renaissance for real human writing. You could even see new jobs or a new economy emerge around. And that leaves us with this final, really provocative question to chew on. Could it be that by killing the daily grind of email, we might actually restore the value and the art of real writing to humanity? It's a pretty wild thought, isn't it?
Okay, so in 1969, Led Zeppelin's debut. The Led Zeppelin debuted their self-titled album in the US. Recorded in just 36 hours, it fundamentally reshaped rock music with its heavy blues-influenced sound and introduced the world to the chemistry of Page, Plant, Jones, and Bonham. 1959, the birth of Motown. Barry Gordy Jr. founded Tamla Records, which would later be renamed the Motown Record Corporation a year later with a $400 loan from his family. This small startup would become Hitsville, USA, and the most successful black-owned record label in history. 1963, the Beatles released Please Please Me in the UK. It became their first single to top the British charts, igniting the Beatlemania that would sweep the globe. 98 and 93, a couple of Rock Hall of Fame inductions. January 12th, twice hosted the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremonies. Notable inductees include the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, Santana in 1998, as well as Cream, The Doors, and CCR in 1993. In 1981, a landmark cultural move, the RIAA donated several iconic albums to the Library of Congress, including Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde and the Sex Pistols' Nevermind the Bollocks, Here's the Sex Pistols. Some film and TV highlights. It was on this day in 1971 that All in the Family debuted. The groundbreaking sitcom premiered on CBS. It was revolutionary for tackling controversial social issues through the lens of Archie Bunker, changing the landscape of television comedy forever. 1965, Hullabaloo premieres. NBC premiered the musical variety show Hullabaloo, which featured performances by popular acts like the Zombies and Jerry and the Pacemakers. 2001, Lizzie McGuire preview. The Disney Channel aired a sneak peek of its soon-to-be hit Lizzie McGuire, which would launch Hilary Duff to superstardom. 2003, Morris Gibb, the singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist for the Bee Gees, died at age 53. Following his death, brothers Barry and Robin initially announced they would retire the Bee Gees name. 2023, the singer and only child of Elvis Presley passed away at age 54. 2022, Ronnie Spector, the iconic lead singer of the Ronettes, Be My Baby, and one of the defining voices of the girl group era, died at age 78. Some notable birthdays. The king of all media, Howard Stern, 1954. Melanie Chisholm Blend, Sporty Spice of the Spice Girls. Zach De La Rocca, the lead singer and lyricist of Rage Against the Machine. And this name's so fitting. Rob Zombie, a musician and horror film director in 1965. Zayn Malik, former member of One Direction and solo artist. Issa Rae, actress, writer, and creator of Insecure. Raekwon, influential rapper and member of the Wu-Tang Clan. And Kirstie Alley, Emmy Award-winning actress known for Cheers and Look Who's Talking. This week's Prime Pick of the Week doesn't come from Prime. It actually is on Tubi. And it's The War with Grandpa, a movie from 2020. And it stars Robert De Niro, Uma Thurman, Jane Seymour, Christopher Walken, and Cheech Marin. Peter is thrilled that Grandpa's going to move in with the family, until Grandpa moves into Peter's room, forcing him upstairs into the creepy attic. Although he loves his grandpa, he wants his room back, so he has no choice but to declare war. With the help of his friends, Peter devises outrageous plans to take Grandpa to surrender the room. But Grandpa is tougher than he looks, and rather than give in, he has plans to get even. So we'll let Ron play that trailer, and we'll follow up with the music selection. And for this week, I've selected the Beatles' Please Please Me. So Ron, I'll stop my share and let you play the trailer and that music selection. I never cease to be amazed at the quality of some of those old videos on YouTube. I mean, the quality of that, remember that's 1963. We're going back a few years. And again, just a reminder, the movie is on Tubi, Tubi, which is an app which you can download. It's a free service rather than Amazon Prime this month. Anyways, that's this week's Entertainer Corner. Enjoy.
I got to admit, you just think of the Beatles as being that young and then how old they are now. It's just, and how well they've aged, and if the ones being alive, and also how popular they still are, and how important they are to the music industry. Excellent choice. Great song. Thank you for that. We're now going to go into our Q&A.
Our Monday show is recorded live and available on the Tech for Senior YouTube channel later in the day and includes tech news of the week, computer skills, photography, genealogy, and selections of music and videos. Join us in person for our 7th year of fun with technology.